Beware, kids, this week's John Petrucci lick is so difficult that it just might take you an eternity. Hello kids and welcome to a brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop here with your good pal, Uncle Ben. Thank you guys so much who watched all my special Halloween episodes, which concluded in the internet debut of goth romantic sensation Davey Stranger. I'll tell you what, man, that guy is dork, but talk about a true artiste. But now we're done with all that spooky stuff and we're back to learn some really hot shredding licks, which is what you're going to do today, Virginia. I've selected the arpeggio sequence that you can find in the Dance of Eternity by Dream Theater. It's around 2 minutes or so into the song. This is a classic Dream Theater song. It's one of my absolute favorites. It is crazy hard to play. The entire song is just a nightmare. It's one odd time signature after another. It's pretty nuts. And kind of unusual for a Dream Theater song, it actually doesn't feature a real guitar solo if you get down to it. It's just tons of completely ridiculous musician Olympic kind of parts, but there's not really a guitar solo in it. But every riff in the song is so hard that it's basically a guitar solo anyway. Now, one of the really cool things about this lick, other than the fact that it'll get you chicks, is that it'll also show you how to play the same arpeggio in several different locations on the fretboard. There'll be an E minor that you play here at the 12th position, one at the 7th position, one here at the 3rd position too. And the other arpeggios do the same stuff too, like the A minor and F sharp major in there as well. But as always, before we get into it, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. And as always, children, you can find a full tab for this week's lick on my Instagram page. So go to Instagram and look for BenEllerGuitars, where you'll find me. Find the tab for this week's lick, learn how to play it, and upload a video of yourself shredding through it along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop, or else John Petrucci's beard is going to come and strangle you during the night. So just like any other arpeggio sequence that you've heard your favorite hunks put in their guitar solos, this one is reflecting a chord progression that's going on beneath it. You know, arpeggios aren't just licks that you bust around, you know, they're the individual notes of chords being played one at a time. So the chord progression going on behind it here is E minor, F sharp major, A minor. And then the next part, it's almost the same thing. It's E minor, F sharp major, another F sharp major, A minor. And the arpeggios that John is playing on the guitar and Jordan is playing on the keyboards reflect that chord progression exactly. So the first one they start off with here is E minor, which is the notes E, G, and B, and it's played up here at the 12th position. How you're going to begin is to play the 15th fret high E, pulling off to 12, 12th fret B, 12th fret G. So right out of the gate, this starts off with one of my least favorite things, which is like a rolling bar with the pointer finger, because you can't just lay it across all three and expect it to work. All those notes ring together and it sounds terrible, so you got to be really careful to kind of roll that pointer finger across. For more tips on that and other things about sweep picking and muting and all that jazz, be sure to check out my This Is Why You Suck at Guitar Lesson 4, Your Sweep Picking Sucks, and Lesson 4.2, Your Sweep Picking Still Sucks, which covers a lot of stuff about those techniques and rolling and all that good stuff. So anyway, 15th E pulling off to 12, 12th fret B, 12th fret G. Next, what you're going to do is relocate this E minor to the 7th position. Now how we're going to do this is to play the 12th fret high E string pulling off to 7, monster stretch, 8th fret B, 9th fret G. So we had E minor up here, E minor down here. Next we got F sharp major, which is F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. And how you're going to play that is right here in the 9th position. So I'm going to play 14th fret high E pulling off to 9, 11th fret B, 11th fret G. So again, there's a little roll with the middle finger you got to do here. This whole thing is a great, brutal little warm-up you can do to get your sweep picking and as well as your articulation for your left hand here really down. So we've had E minor up here at 12, 7th position E minor, 9th position F sharp, and next is A minor, which is ACE. Now how you're going to play this is 12th fret high E pulling off to 8, 10th fret B, and then 9th fret G. And that takes you through the entire first sequence. E minor, F sharp major, A minor. So now for the next sequence, which goes E minor, F sharp, A minor. Now you're going to start this one off in that second position that you played E minor in before. So you already used this in a second ago. It's going to go 12 to 7 on the high E, pull off. 8th fret B, 9th fret G. Then we're going to move into another position of E minor down here. Now again, all these different ones that we've played, they're all the same 3 notes. It's all E, G, and B, but we're able to put those notes in different orders and stuff as we move up and down the fretboard. Good stuff to know, kids. So this one's going to go like this. 7th fret high E string pulling off to 3rd, that's your B to G notes. Next you're going to play 5th fret B and 4th fret G. So we went from this one to this one. Now we got F sharp. And again, it's a different way to play it than what we played up here, but it's the same notes, just in a different order. That's the cool thing about arpeggios and chords. You can put the notes in any order you want to, and it's still the same chord. So anyway, we're going to play the 9th fret high E string here, pulling off to 6, 7th fret B, 6th fret G, and another F sharp major arpeggio, which we're going to play like this. 6 pulling off to 2, huge stretch, 2nd fret B, 3rd fret G. So far in this section we've had E minor, F sharp major, F sharp major, and the very last one here, A minor, is really easy to play. I'm doing 8th fret high E string pulling off to 5, and then lastly the 5th fret B. After that, everything just starts over and runs through a second time. So once more all together, the whole thing is our 12th position E minor, 7th position E minor, 9th position F sharp, 8th position A minor, then we do that 7th position E minor, 3rd position E minor, 6th position F sharp, 2nd position F sharp, 5th position A minor. Just like that. And as far as the picking hand goes with this, what I recommend is with all of these arpeggios going up, up, down. You know, you start off with an upstroke and you got that one pull off that's always at the first of each of those arpeggios. And then you go up and then down. Now you could go up, up, up if you wanted to, but to me, if I do that last note on the G string as an upstroke, it just puts me that much further away from the high E string for the next arpeggio. So to me, it's like considering you're going to be going from the G string to the high E string anyway. If you do a downstroke there, it'll go ahead and push your pick towards the high E string so it can start the next arpeggio off with an upstroke. So it's going to go up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, and so on all throughout the whole thing. That's my method at least. Your mileage may vary. So there you go, kids. Another sick lick to get you some chicks and money. Alright, that's not really the truth. Playing progressive metal like Dream Theater doesn't really get you chicks and money. It's more like dudes and gear endorsements. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, as well as follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. If you like what you'd see and you'd like to get some one-on-one time here with Uncle Ben and do some Skype lessons, be sure to drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com, where we'll talk about some rates and times and all that other good stuff to get you learned. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.